I just had a brief memory of him wearing like a very expensive looking cable knit sweater on a horse, which is like, I suppose, what people think that rich people do, which is wear sweaters and ride horses.
He's so handsome. Joe Millionaire was a Fox reality show in 2003 that was sort of playing up a spoof of The Bachelor. So it was this guy, Evan, who was a very regular Joe, and he was a construction worker. But the twist of it all, to make it not The Bachelor, was that he was lying to 20 women, saying that he had recently inherited $50 million, when in reality, no such thing had happened. But it was fine because after the lie, if the woman decided to stay with him, a liar, then they would both get a check for $1 million. So in effect, he would still have been a millionaire, just like one millionaire, not 50 millionaire.
I believe I was either a sophomore or a junior in college. So this was like must-see TV for me at the age of 19 or 20. You know, I think it was always very exciting watching television just before the age of DVRs and watch later and all that stuff, because it did make the whole situation more of an event, but oftentimes an event for one, which was me.
I was 11 in the heyday of Joe Millionaire. So I was watching in my suite with my mom. And by suite, I mean my mom's apartment.
The early 2000s of reality television were like the Wild West. In 2003, American Idol was in its second season. I distinctly remember watching Kelly Clarkson win on American Idol and being like very invested in the kind of reality shows that like Fox were putting out. The hook of the show overall is the lie, the absolutely enormous lie.
They really did a fun job of selling the fantasy. I loved the butler, Paul. Paul was my man.
We want more information.
No, I don't.
It's very funny to think about all of the very obvious, like stereotypical, like rich things that they made. Relatively handsome, I suppose. Handsome for 2003. Strong-jawed white man do. So I do think if he was a little smarter, he could have like actually pulled off the grift a little bit better. But obviously, better TV if everyone is like kind of dumb.
I know what it is. What's in it?
Nothing.
There's nothing in there?
No, it's a dough. And then you roll the dough and cut the dough.
Oh, okay, because I've seen them when they roll stuff in them.
Gnocchi?
Yeah, they put like meat.
Sometimes they put, no, that's ravioli.
We as the audience were really supposed to be more aligned with Evan than we were with these women, because these women were being framed as gold diggers, but maybe gold diggers with heart.
It's a classic fish out of water scenario, right? Here's this poor man who doesn't know anything about anything, and now we're going to put him in a sweater and on a horse and all this other stuff. But it's working with the assumption that people who have money act a certain way. But himbos, I think, exist across class lines. And also this, to me, sort of is a nice companion show to The Simple Life, which was Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie just doing jobs, period. So 18 years later after its premiere, Joe Millionaire has not aged well in the slightest. So I think rebooting Joe Millionaire now in 2021 would be next to impossible, if not extremely difficult.
I mean, Megan, come on. As a future reality TV executive, we need to make this happen. And there is a way. So I hope Fox is listening to me right now. There is a way. And the way is to, first of all, the Joe needs to be a Jane. You need a Jane Millionaire. And what do you say? You make an airtight story. How did she get so rich? Software development. And then you just get a bunch of absolute man morons who are willing to do physical competition. And like, instead of getting the diamond pendants, they've got a mind for that shit.
Your mind scares me, but you're absolutely correct.
Write me a check, Fox. I will make this happen.
Well, I will follow you blindly into the fire with this idea because I think it has legs. It has 20 pairs of legs, man legs climbing a ladder. For the hand of a fake millionairess.
Mm-hmm. done.